That might be the longest introduction ever. Alright, what's up, Taipei? How are you guys doing tonight? Yeah! Still alive? Everybody's just hanging in there?
Still awake.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, I've been living in Taiwan for 7 years, and I love it. Taipei is an awesome place. The people here are fantastic. The food is great, other than stinky tofu. And it's super convenient. Now, I never really realized how convenient Taiwan was until I was teaching a class of 10-year-olds. And I'm going around asking the class the topic. And the topic was, would you like to live on the moon? And I get to Stanley. I say, Stanley, would you like to live on the moon? He goes, nope. I say, okay, Stanley, why not? He looks at me and goes, there's no 7-Elevens. Where would I get my food? His friend Henry leans over and goes, stupid. Just go to OK Mart or Family Mart. That was when I learned how truly convenient Taiwan was. Now, another one I find really interesting about Taiwan are traditional Chinese doctors. My wife goes, father-in-law, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, they all go. It's the same thing. Oh, you got a sore stomach? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to stick needles in your stomach. Oh, you got a sore shoulder? Yeah, I'm going to have to stick needles in your shoulder. Can't get a hard on for your wife anymore? It doesn't help. One thing I love about Taiwan are the people. The people here are fantastic. Yeah. Taiwanese people, they're loving, accepting, understanding. Like, for instance, 2 grown men on a 90cc scooter isn't gay. In North America, just 1 man on a scooter might be gay. But 2 grown men on a scooter? Shit, you might as well be wearing pink spandex, a rainbow top, listening to Elton John. Now, another thing I love about Taiwan, the people here are fantastic, okay? They are. And I never really realized how much Taiwanese people love a bargain and love to eat. Until the famous one is, wow, look at that lineup, it must be delicious. Everybody's heard that, right?
Yeah.
I never really understood that until I talked to my wife's friends. They told me they got in line because they thought it must be delicious. 35 minutes later, she leans over and goes to the lady in front, excuse me, why are you lined up? The lady turns around and goes, I'm waiting for the bus. Why are you lined up? That's actually a true story. Now, another thing I love about Taiwanese people is they're so optimistic. They always will take a bad thing and try to look on the good side. The other day for work, I had to interview a girl. After the interview was finished, she just sat there. And I looked at her. She looked at me and she goes, I just wanted to let you know, I knew I was going to do really well today. Okay, why? I was expecting, like, I studied hard, I practiced a lot, I was very confident. She looks at me and goes, on the way here, I stepped in dog shit. Only a Taiwanese person could take something disgusting, like stepping in dog shit, and because of the golden color, think it's lucky. Oh man, I stepped in dog shit. Ooh, gotta go buy a lottery ticket. Doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. Now, have you ever really realized how disgusting things come out of your body? Poop, pee, children. I'll give you an example. The first day I walked into kindergarten, I come in and I see this cute little Taiwanese girl. She's 5 years old, she's got pigtails, dimples, big smile on her face, and a pinky up each nostril. Takes it out, looks at it, and eats it.
That's protein, though.
Whatever floats your boat. Now, teaching in a kindergarten, it really is a lot of fun, and it can be a huge confidence booster. Whenever I'm feeling a little down, I just go in and I take a pee. Inevitably, one of those little pecker checkers always comes in and peeks around, right? And he's like, oh, so big! And you walk out feeling like Dirk Diggler. You think I'm lying. Now, I've been living in Taiwan for 7 years. About 4 years ago, I met my wife and we got married. Okay? And I married into dogs. Meaning, my wife had 2 dogs. By a round of applause, how many people here have dogs?
Yeah.
Fucking hate them. But not all the time. Like if I have too much food, they're always there to help. Or if I go to the store and I come back 15 minutes later, they greet me like I've been gone for a year. Now, if I could just teach my wife that trick. Because I already taught her to hump my leg and lick my balls. That's another true story. Now, all married men can tell you that all women have at least a little crazy in them. Okay, and I'm not lying. And I'll explain why. And it's summed up with one word. Fine. Guys, it's not fine. If they say that, it's a trap. 2 years ago, I was at home, and I'm sitting watching TV playing on the computer. I can see my wife getting a little flushed, and I go, "Hey, honey, you okay?" To which she replies, "Guys, fine." So I'm like, "Okay, no problem." I go on, I'm watching TV, playing on the computer, just look over. Now I can see she's visibly upset. So I say, "Honey, you okay?" To which she says, "Fine." Play this game before. Awesome. All right. So now, I go on playing, I look over, and I can literally see the boop, boop coming out of her ears. So I sit her down and I say, "Honey, are you upset? Why are you mad? What's wrong?" She looks and goes, "Yes, I'm upset." I say, "Okay, are you mad at me? What are you upset at me?" She goes, "Yes, I'm mad at you." "Okay, why?" She goes, "I don't know." If she doesn't know why she's upset at me, how the hell am I supposed to know why? So I go, "You know, that's such bullshit." And she looks at me and she goes, "You be careful, or I'm going to make your life miserable." Have you ever had a conversation between your brain and your mouth? Meaning what you should say and what you do say aren't always the same thing? My brain is saying, "Honey, I'm sorry, I love you." My mouth says, "We're already married, how much worse could it get?" I was wrong. A funny thing is that being married, you actually can, learn different things. Like what I learned is, women don't fight fair. They're smart. Guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. You can never win. When my wife and I are having an argument and I start to win, she takes off her clothes. You should see when we argue in public. I have 2 heads and only enough blood to work one at a time. In the end, she wins every argument. Now my wife loves to mess with me, and not in a good way. She'll actually wake up 5 minutes early, rub her ass up against me, and then get up and leave. Ladies, if you're going to turn on the lawnmower, be ready to cut some grass. Don't get me wrong. I'm not naive enough to think what women say and mean are the same thing. Like, for instance, the other day my wife says to me, "Sweetie, could you take out the garbage?" Which of course means, "Hey, dumbass, why do I have to ask you 5 times to take out the garbage?" Or, "Hon, did you see the dishes in the sink you left last night?" Which means, if you don't get up in the next 5 minutes, this day's going to suck for you. Or, "The dogs really look like they got to go out." Which of course means, if you don't turn off that fucking TV in the next 5 seconds and take them out, I'm going to make you wish you were never born. Don't get me wrong, ladies. Guys do this too. We just are a little bit different. Like for instance, if I say to my wife, "Honey, have you lost weight?" That means, I want sex. "Man, your ass looks great in those pants." That means, I want sex. Or, "Man, your cooking is getting a lot better." Which means,
I want sex.
no, thank God! It couldn't get much worse. It's not always about sex, you guys. Now, after being married for about 3 or 4 years, I really start to get an understanding of my wife. One day we're sitting down and my wife goes, "You know, I really want to travel more." I'm like, Okay, I'd love to travel. Where would you like to go? She looks at me and goes, well, I always wanted to go to Taj Mahal in India. And on the way back, we could swing by the pyramids in Egypt. They're 4,836 kilometers in the opposite direction. And she says it like we're picking up milk from 7-Eleven. Kill it. Now, another thing that I actually realized is after you have been married for a while, you can actually communicate without looking. The other night we were out with friends and we're having dinner. And I'm feeling a little randy. So I rub her leg underneath the table. And I give her a, right? She kind of laughs and she gives me a, which means my coochie's broken or she's having her period. So I give her a, right?
What?
And she gives me a, so I'm thinking she gave me the key to the back door. However, men and women don't always communicate on the same level. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Later that night when I tried to unlock the door, what I found out she really meant was, you are a big asshole. Now let me ask the married men here tonight. Any of your wives ever caught you masturbating?
She encourages it.
Really? Nice. You got an understanding wife. My wife caught me. She was not understanding at all. In fact, she was upset. Made a big deal about nothing. Right? I'm trying to be all quiet and stealth-like. Close my eyes. Take the big guy out. Think sexy thoughts. All of a sudden I hear, Clint! What the hell are you doing? We're on the bus! You should have seen the looks I got after I finished. So being the good son I am, I try to go back to Canada every year or two. Last year I took my wife and my sister-in-law back for the Canadian Christmas. While there, my wife comes up to me and she goes, hey honey, what would you like for Christmas? I'm like, it's all okay, whatever you want to get me, some clothes, something like that. She goes, honey, we've been married for 2 years. You can ask for anything. I look at her, I'm like, anything? She goes, anything. She's got a big smile on her face, twinkle in her eye. I look at her, I go, all right, I want a midget. Little people. So I have to beat her, right? I think long and hard. I can't let the wife win. I hate it. I want to get her a gift she's going to love. Just absolutely cherish. Right? Something she'll show her girlfriends and be happy. And so I get it and I give it to her. Not only does she not like it, she hates it. Let me ask you, what's wrong with pole dancing lessons? Is that not the gift that keeps on giving? Okay, I guess it's only me, I'm sorry. Alright, well, while we were in Canada, we decided to take a quick trip down to the States. So as we get there, we got to stop at the border. As many of you may not know, American border security guards do not have a good sense of humor. In fact, most have no sense of humor. So I go up and I take the little number and we all go and sit down. My number gets called, and I walk up. The American border security guard looks at me and goes, who are those two girls? You ever have an argument between your brain and your mouth? Meaning what you should say and what you do say aren't always the same thing. My brain is saying, wife and sister-in-law. My mouth says, the tall one's my wife, the short one's my girlfriend. 2 hours later and 2 full cavity searches later, we are on our way. So my wife is planning our trip back. And she looks at me and she goes, honey, why don't we swing by Australia on the way back to Taiwan? So I try to reason with her. You know, it's not really on the way. It's really expensive. I can't get the time off of work. So she gives me the look, right? Every guy here knows this one. So I'm like, all right, fine. We can swing by Australia, which of course means I want sex. A lot of people ask me, they say, what's the key to a happy marriage? You and your wife look really happy. And I'm like, yeah, you know, we are very happy. So let me ask you guys, what do you think the key to a great relationship is? Shut up, what do you think?
Buy them stuff.
Buy them stuff? That's it? Just buy them stuff? Girls, what do you think? Key?
None of us have had great relationships, I think.
What the hell did you just say? Slow down on the beer.
What's your password?
Okay. Most people, usually what girls will say is they want love, passion, patience, right?
Clean underwear is a must.
Usually what the guys will say is rockin' body, funny, superstar in bed, but they're all wrong. The key to a perfect relationship, lowered expectations.
Low expectations, no
That's
disappointments.
me too.
My wife used to think every anniversary she was going to get a diamond ring or something from Tiffany. Now she's happy with flowers. I used to think I was going to get a 3-submarine. Now I'm happy with a hand job. A lot of people really bust my balls. They're like, man, your wife must hate you because a lot of your material comes from her. In fact, no. She has a great sense of humor. She's right here. She's my biggest fan. Honey, let me ask you, are you okay with all these jokes?
Fine.
Well, it looks like I'm sleeping on the sofa again tonight. That's my time. Thank you very much, folks.